What's up, everybody? I'm going live from my lot walk showroom talk today. My showroom is actually kind of empty. I do have there everybody's outside because we're just finishing up a deal and it's kind of dead in our showroom right now. But got to say what's up to the guys in here. They're on the phones grinding. Appreciate you guys. Rock out. Keep working those phones. Talk to y'all later. But no, guys, it's Tuesday. Today was a wild day. Today was election day, folks. Hope you guys went out and made your vote count because it doesn't count unless you go out there and do it. So make sure you do that. There's probably still time where you're at, so don't miss out on that opportunity. But we have some really amazing stuff going on here. Adrian's helping guests out. You got Paul taking a turn out here. I got the smokers circle. Vapors. He's not a smoker. They're just talking. I can't use the terminology I used to use for these circles. So that being said, you got Blake, Stephanie, and Gary.
What's up?
Guys, did you guys go vote?
Absolutely, 100%.
Stephanie, you did? What about you, Block A?
To be honest with you, I've kind of taken myself out of the politic world, and
my
so
God.
I don't feel like as though I'm educated enough to
Make a
really give my opinion.
right.
And I feel like that's okay.
That's okay. And here's what I say to this. And I think that everybody should vote. But if you don't vote, obviously you know the deal. You can't next 4 years can't complain. You got to just deal with it. But I honestly, here's what my theory is. I vote. I do. But I don't really complain about my president anyway. I never have, never really will. It's just I don't really get affected the way other people get affected by
The
politics.
truth of the matter and what I think is, truthfully, in my day-to-day, what happens way up top doesn't affect me a whole lot. It may affect my taxes here and there, but either way,
Either way, if the taxes are there and you're making good money and you're paying a lot of taxes, if it's the right president or the right administration, even if you're paying extra, it should go to the right things. And you would hope that it does, towards veterans, towards people who have served our country, to people who are, underprivileged. Yeah, I don't think tax breaks should go to the big time money, right? It should go to the people who are like us, who are the everyday guys out here, blue collars, doing what we got to do to make things happen. But I don't disagree with what you say. Staying out of politics, there's nothing wrong with that. If you guys see me, you guys watch me. Besides today, me talking about voting, I don't really talk about politics, nor do I get into that. I don't get into religion much. I don't get into other people. I don't like, my opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is yours. None of us are wrong. All of us have the right to have the opinion. That's what makes this country amazing. And that's why it's even crazier. Like for me, what I love about the United States is that we have these freedoms to sit here and have these conversations. You know how many countries we can't even talk about this? We couldn't say our president's an idiot, right? I'm not saying that.
North Korea.
But what I'm saying is there's countries out there, if you get hurt saying that, that's major treason. You are going down. They will put you in a prison. They won't tolerate that. You can't go out with flyers and pass out flyers, tell them to get somebody else in that office or whatever. You have to go by what they say. Here in the United States, we can form whatever opinion we want on whoever we want. Matter of fact, every president that's been inside the office, we all have formed some kind of opinion. Somebody has made fun of them, did not like them. It doesn't matter who they were. I don't care if you're JFK. Somebody didn't like them. We all know that, right? We saw the end story, what happened. That being said, not to be funny, but it's true. I mean, it's honest, It's messed up. Even though we talk about JFK was a great president and all this, he was still assassinated, folks. And somebody did not like him. Somebody did not like what he had to say. Not good. I don't think it was great that anybody gets killed, anybody gets assassinated. But the fact of the matter is that no matter who you are, no matter how great you think you're doing, somebody doesn't like you. And that's okay. Because what I say is in order to be great, you got to have some hate, right? Because you're going to do things that make people uncomfortable. You're going to say things that make people think. But no, I hear you, man. Once again, you just can't complain for the next 4 years. But here's a cool thing, and here's my thing. This election wasn't major local stuff. Now, we had that local, for our congressman or Senate, with Mitch McConnell and what's her name? Amy McGrath, right? Right, yeah. So we did have that local, but when you're talking local, I'm talking about like the mayor, the local government here, the people who sit on the city council. To me, if you want to make a vote count, you need to vote for the local people here. And that's what's really key, because what's going on in your community is who you need to vote for, the right people in those places. Now, don't get me wrong, it's important to vote for the right president, the right people in Congress, the right people in Senate, all the above. But, the thing is no matter what, as I know in this state, Trump's going to win Kentucky. Kentucky is a total Trump state. So I could vote for whoever I want to vote for, Trump or not, it doesn't matter. Trump's going to win, right? So We just kind of know that, but that's okay. You still got to go out and go to the polls if you want to. If you don't, that's what's beautiful about America too. You don't have to vote. We have the right to not have to vote, right? We have the right to just sit back and just enjoy life and just be like whatever. That's what's cool about America. I could sit here and do the pop it, pop, pop. I could do all that I want. Some places you can't, right? Some places I can't even sell cars without. Some states you can't even sell a car without having tons of background checks done on you, having a urinalysis, going and taking a DMV test to be a salesperson. I mean, a literal computer test to be a salesperson. We don't have to do that here in Kentucky. I love Kentucky. We're a Commonwealth state. That's what we do here. So anyway, enough about politics. Folks, it's Tuesday. Do not snooze day. Because if you do, you're going to lose day, right? So the key is to keep rocking and keep moving and stay positive. Blake's looking good. I had to get Blake on the camera for a little while today. Look at him, man. Look at him, guys. Y'all need to take a screenshot. That's not true. Blake, once you got a little flavor, I know when he dressed up this morning, I know your wife was like, hey, you look good today, baby. You know she liked it, bro. You know it. And it's because you look good and you feel good. You got
I feel honestly a lot better today.
and you got a car out today. Right. So it was because of that jacket. If you didn't wear that jacket, I wouldn't have gone out and talked to that lady like that. I promise you. Nah, and I think I told you the story what happened there, but it's definitely, I'm glad that deal worked out. It makes more sense now, but it just took a little bit more investigating, but it definitely was a car deal that the lady's happy. They got testimonials. They did it all.
Notes, finance managers, and whoever else. Fred does it all. He takes turns. He takes care of us here. So that deal probably wouldn't have had that Fred. So.
I do my best, but sometimes I'm not perfect, guys. You know, as much as we all want to take turns, we all do that. One thing I'm guilty of is not taking enough of those. And we all are. I don't care who you are out there. Even if you take tons of them, you're still missing something here and there. Sometimes you hear somebody telling you about their client and you hear this story. So you believe the story so much, you're like, let's let them go. Right? Because you trust that. But here's the thing. Even if you believe the story, you should just take that 2 minutes to go talk to a customer. Because when you do that, sometimes you may find something that your experience, your question asking may find and bring out that didn't bring out through the other questionnaire. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's really nothing wrong with that at all. That's why this business is great. That's why every turn is important. Why you salespeople who are watching this, don't ever get upset if somebody goes in after you. That doesn't mean anything at all. Folks, when I was a sales pro on the floor, when I got to a point, I just let people, I didn't care. My manager wanted to go in and take a turn. Heck yes, man, that's one less thing. And all that is helping me, is showing me that he's the man, and I'm showing him that I feel confident in him being the man, and then everything goes down. So, no, but I do appreciate it, Blake. Thanks for hanging out with me in that suit, looking good today, folks. Look at that. Tuesday, you're gonna dress up so you can feel groovy's day. I don't know, it didn't rhyme, almost, sort of. All right, I appreciate you talking. All right, so much like we were just talking about there, I mean, that's the key to all of it, man. You guys just gotta maintain that attitude. You know, the right to vote in the country. We're in the United States, man, the greatest car selling place in the world, the greatest everything in the world, in my opinion. So proud to be an American. You know, my dad was in the Army, served 20 years, veteran, very proud of him, went to the Gulf War. I lived all over the world as a kid. So I got to see a lot of different cultures, live in a lot of different cultures, and see what countries are like. There's a lot of beautiful countries out there, and they have a lot of great politics. They have a lot of great things going on, their cultures, all those things mixed into one little area. And being able to visit and live there for years at a time, it was amazing for me. It was cool. It was so unique, but it always made me remember how great America was. You know, no matter how much fun I had in Spain, Italy, you know, France, going over to, you know, obviously living in Germany for 5 years, you know, being born in South Korea, traveling across those places and seeing all these different cultures and people and families from being military. You see cultures from all over the place that joined the U.S. military and were stationed with us. And we all were living in one community. And we were all sharing and loving each other and taking care of each other like a community is supposed to. And when you're somewhere different, you realize, like I said, I can't wait to get back to the United States. I remember being a kid and we lived in Germany for 5 years, which is a fun place, especially back when I lived there. And I remember when it was time for us to come back, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm going back to the U.S. I'm going to go back to the United States. I'm going to be having a great time because this country is that great. I remember being a kid on 4th of July's and you know, and all those types of holidays that are patriotic and listening to songs like, you know, Lee Greenwood's Proud to be an American and just almost welting up, like filling with so much pride as a young man. You know, that was the stuff that was ingrained into me as a young person. Be proud of your country, you know. But there's so many reasons. And there's so many reasons why people right now are just like dogging the country or talking about our leaders. I get it. and you have the right to talk that way. But don't forget, this is the greatest country in the planet. It doesn't matter who's in office. Doesn't matter none of that. We, the people, are the greatest in the world. We have freedoms that other people don't have. We have opportunities that people travel halfway across the globe to come here to get those opportunities because they can't get them where they're at. People will come here and take odds and ends jobs, and they make enough money just doing those odds and ends jobs to send their families from those countries to here. So that's how great America is. People come here and become just amazing entrepreneurs. They come in here and they have ideas and they have the opportunity to do so. So that's what makes it great here. That's what makes selling cars great here. That's what makes me so excited about what I do for a living and where I do it. I have a great group of people, all different walks of life. We live in a military community. I still do, which is what I love that, because here we have every type of culture around here too, from restaurants to people to families to all that. And then we get to share that with people that we're, moving units with, helping people to change their lives, solving transportation problems for them. So that's what you do, folks. And that's what I do, So make sure that you guys get into that. Make sure that you understand that today, some people are scared that, oh man, after whatever the, whatever the polls state and whoever wins what, this half the people are going to do this, the other half are going to do that. I don't think that, man. A lot of people talked about a lot of different things during these last few months, talking about there was going to be these huge breakouts of violence. I mean, there was violence, but folks, half the stuff people were talking about didn't even happen, right? And it's not because they shouldn't have happened, because a lot of those things should happen. But the thing is they didn't happen because people are smart. They understand, being kind is much better than being mean or hatred, using hatred, I should say. Use your heart, be nice, choose somebody. When you vote, go vote for the person that you want. You choose with your heart, understand. Maybe you don't know, like Blake mentioned, he didn't educate himself enough on the politics of what everybody was talking about. That's okay. That's okay, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Just remember that you have control over your life, what's going on right here. That's what's beautiful about this country, once again, is that we're able to do what we want right here, right now. You can do what you want. I can be like, I quit. I don't want to do this no more. I can quit. And I have the right to do that. Or I can say, I'm going to excel and I'm going to do this better than anyone I know has ever done this. And you have the right to do that too. So what choice are you going to make? I'm going to choose the latter of the two, right? So don't forget, folks, I'm going to let you guys go, but don't forget, there's light everywhere. The light is that positivity. It's that optimism that you need in order to enjoy life to the fullest, folks. Good things happen to bad people. Bad things happen to good people. It's just about your mindset, how you deal with those things. And when you do deal with those things the right way, no matter what comes in front of you, you're going to find positive out of it, right? So make sure you guys do that. Hold on to that light. Forgive, focus, and fly. Keep growing. Do all the above. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys for listening to me ramble about politics. I don't normally do that. It wasn't really about politics. I'm just proud to be an American, and I think that we all have some great rights here, and there's some amazing things that we can all do. So I love you guys. You guys have a great one. Brother Narc, Subprime Hero, let's